Kind of nice thing about doing these handheld, not handheld, but continuously on videos where I'm just running through everything, is I don't have to deal with Windows Movie Maker, which honestly takes a couple hours to put together a video. I don't do anything fancy, obviously, to put together a video, and it's just a pain in the ass. It really slows down my load time and gets me this pile of things that have to go through it. Anyway, here we are on blue. Let's get started from wherever we are. You know, I want to do a quick count up again. I can't keep my pipe lit though when I have the camera in hand. Let's see, 4, 8, 9, 14, 18, 19. Plus cash. You got to worry about cash too. But we're still quite a ways away, I think. I'll look at each person every now and then. A big 12. Groningen and Holland. Pardon me. All right. What do we got? We got to collect our money is basically what it comes down to. I'm 2/3 of the way to a boat. That's a nice little thing. I don't have any guaranteed cash coming in. That's going to make life a little bit more difficult. But I'll trip this sucker for a yellow. Maybe I'll get something. And it costs me 3. I've got enough for a brown. Yeah, I get $5. That helps. I really kind of need the cash. I'll trip a brown too. The spice. Geez, I leave them. I don't remember. Hey, another bonus, $7. Obviously, I could sell off some of my ability elsewhere. Oh, geez, I forgot to do this. I would have done this first, so let's do it in that order. All right, now I'm going to trip a yellow again over here because I wanted to do that one first. Just walking away. All right, that doesn't fill anything out. It adds another thing I've got to chase. But I've got more money now. I got a couple of grays. I want to take my gray guild power because I can auction the other one off. That gets me Groningen, which is where we just hit, but there are some more ahead for a while. It's kind of, you know, you get these patchy sections where you gather income when you go through a certain area, but you usually only hit one territory once or twice at most. All right, I really do need to get my boat running. I think that's my most important goal right now. I get $2 back, and we'll pull a boat, and that's good enough. I'm done boating. I've just decided that. I just fired that off. Boats aren't terribly useful. Now the question here is, do I want a victory point to get the cheaper investments? Am I so deep in the game that it's worth getting the point there? I'm going to go for the cheaper investments. I'm low on money now, though. And this is an issue. I have a gray that I could sell. If I can get a couple of bucks for that gray, then I can fire something off. I can fire off another income generator. So I'm going to try to sell my gray. How much is that worth? It's got to be worth $3 to anyone, right? I mean, is it worth more to anyone? For red, they could get an extra boat for it. I got to be careful. Whenever I shuffle these in, there are going to be grays in some of these sectors. So this might have grays as well. The spice will not. So red kind of would like it. They have a couple of things that they could gain off of it. I think it's clearly worth at least $1 to them, but is it worth more to them? If it's a victory point, well, it's hard to tell what a victory point is worth, right? It's really hard to evaluate how much a victory point is worth. So this, you get 6 victory points for several bucks and several actions, $4 and several actions. Here you get 4 victory points for $2. The payoff on this seems better actually, but you got to spend an action to get the card. So I'm assuming it's all kind of tied up. Let's see if we can go to 2, 3, 2.5. Yeah, we'll open up with 2.5 on the gray. That's probably about what we want to pay. What about green? Does he want to pay that much for it? He's got an interest. He could end up getting an extra location off of it, but he's got a problem with that extra location. He has to rip up a guild if he does it. Now this one's not terribly valuable, but it's also of some worth perhaps. Yeah, he's going to go to 3. I don't think he's going to push it higher. He's not that interested in it. Over here, how did we get a yellow? Yeah, off a gray card. We're probably not terribly interested, but we have a lot of things. Let's see. We'll pass on it. Are we willing to go up to 3.5 at this point? Yeah, we'll go to 3.5. 4 here? Nah. 3.5 sounds good. That sells a gray. And he gets an extra card. And it's a Limburg governorship. Alright, well now I have enough cash to do my final action, which is a $5 draw from here. Probably worth the investment. Although you can see the payoffs go down. So if I were buying a $7 card and it was a 1, it would immediately turn into $7 and I'd break even. If it's a 3, a $7 card, well 3 7s is 21, so I make a little bit of money. Here I get a 7, but I'm only paying 5, so the return is a little bit better than that. But it's still not a great deal, right? If it weren't for the extra victory points, this wouldn't be worth it. Or if I was short on cash, maybe I wouldn't want to do this. Maybe I would have been better off to pull this, which got me a victory point. I'm not sure $7 is not quite a victory point, right? All right. So I'm done with what I can do. I don't have any more discs, so I can't really increment my guild presence. And that means the guilds sort of fall out of the hands. There's a lot of nice little mechanisms in here because of the countermix limitation that keep people from running away from with the game. I know when playing 2-player, I found myself, geez, if I only could expand, invest in more places, I'd be so far ahead. It ended up a fairly close game, but it's also not terribly easy to catch up either. Even though there's these depressants on your ability to expand, it doesn't really open too much up for your opponents. Okay, 9. The guilds open up. Groningen and Utrecht. Now, we got Groningen here and Utrecht up here. And then the actual locations, Groningen is $2 for red. And Utrecht is going to be 2 for green. We're starting to use up the ones. This is red's turn. Make sure everything's turned up. I've got a bunch of things available to me. Got a lot of boats I've invested in that haven't done me dick. Well, I want to open up investing in cash. And I get a quick $5. Turn some money. In a way that's kind of cool because I don't really have the cash to make that economically valid or viable. It looks like I've got an artist that I can do. I want to start shipping though. This isn't clearly not an optimal situation, falling this far behind when I was one of the early people in the shipping market. And then I want to spend $3 on my artist. And I get a very cheap one. All right, well, is it worth buying this? Not right now because I don't have the cash to make it work. So we'll flip things over and we're good. Go over to green. Get a 7. Holland and Zealand. Now here it becomes hard in a way that it wouldn't be playing with actual multiple players, because I have to check everyone's holdings to see if they have a governorship for those territories. It's pretty easy to check the board and see who's where, but the governorships I have to look through everybody's card. We're on green here. He doesn't have hordes of money. Well, his only real recourse is to make hordes of money, right? Spend $2 and see if we can change our shipping into wealth. And we do. We get a quick $16. That'll help a lot. Well, if we got cash, we'll do it again. Working this one forward. I fulfilled this. I've already got the victory points for that. I've turned both of those. What else do I have? I have an artist. I have additional shipping. I don't have a great place to put additional shipping yet. I want to make sure I expend these before I do anything like that. So, for $5, there's only one place where anything's of interest. I could conceivably get 3 guys there and decide I want to have a token. I think it's unlikely. What is our other? Our other is shipping. Do we want that shipping? Yeah. I don't know if we want to buy it yet. I think we're going to buy this space rather than the $6 investment. So maybe we don't really need to do the shipping yet. Maybe we sell it off. All right, let's do an artist. And we'll draw another one because we have one already. We got this guy. Not as good a payoff, but that's okay because we flip this and give him $1. And he's on his way there. Do I want to help somebody achieve shipping? Or do I want to lose basically one of my discs? The art disc is useful. The green disc is still useful. I don't think selling off the shipping is terribly bad, even though I'm almost there. Let's see. Let's see what my victory points are. That's always an interesting question. 4, 8, 18, 22, 4, 8, 9, 19, 23. So I'm still 10 away from victory. I think I can hold up because this 6 isn't going to get me there. So, what do I want to do? The real question is, can I afford to sell somebody what might end up being shipping? So for red, let's look at theirs. 4, 8, 12. They're probably doing very poorly. 13. They get 3 for this. That's a deal. So they're around 16. Another 6 that they could put to 22. They're not really close. Yeah, I can afford to rent out my shipping capability. And that's, well, I better not flip things. So let's see who wants it. This guy obviously is willing to bid something for it because he's got a boat. He'd like to score that card. He'll bid 1 on it. Over here, I'm really kind of uninterested in shipping. I've done very, very well, but I no longer have any interest in it whatsoever, so I'm not going to buy it. He's very close to getting it. He should want this. Yeah, he'll go to 1.5. Over to yellow. Yellow goes to 2. 2.5. I mean, I'm not going to let it go for much less than for 3 even easily. Yellow will let it go at 2.5 to him. I figure that his overall long-term desire for shipping is going to be low. That flips the token over there, and we get another boat, and that matches us up. All blues. Time for a choice. Extra victory point, or, you know, this little income capability. That's hard. I'm going to go for the victory point and maybe not even count on pulling the income advantage off that card. All right, I think green. Oh, Jesus. Did I pay green? That went for 2.5. I think I threw it in here. But I'm not sure I did. And I don't want to back up. Like, I'm not sure red paid. That's my worry. I think red paid. I think they paid with a 5. Okay. So we'll give him 2.5 back. I don't want to reverse my video and watch that, even though that's usually a good solution, because that means I break it. I pause it, and then I have to link 2 videos together. All right, I think green's done, though. They don't have any ability to get guilds. Once you get to a certain point in the game, you're a little less flexible. We roll some dice for yellow. It's a 5. Friesland and Limburg. Friesland is worth 1. Where's Limburg? Anybody got it? I think they do. 1 there. Now we look. Friesland is green. And Limburg is 1 green, 1 blue. So yellow's goal. Oh, well, yellow has a greenie still. We could start injecting ourselves into here. And we have this gray, and that's about it. We get knocked out of any guilds we have. We can do a shipping guild. That's certainly cheap enough to start. I don't know how much anybody else wants to go. But I'm going to open up with this at $3 on a gray card. And I get another one of these damn things, which does not help me. I might want to fill those out at 4 there. The reason is I don't think blue needs this. So I don't think they're going to fight me for it. So now I'm tied up there in those. And we'll spend $3 to draw a yellow card from here. And that gets us some cash, $12. One of them's a gray card. I wonder if, like, this swaying with the camera makes people seasick. Because I'm not really able to look through it while I'm doing everything. It's not like a war game where I can kind of really pay attention to what I'm looking at. I'm just kind of pointing it and letting it run. Could be bad. Okay. So now I got one of these. I can buy that for 5. That's kind of cool. I can also inject myself into other races. But that 5, I've already paid for that. Let's dump that down here in Limburg too. And I got enough left to go boating, don't I? That's only $6. Put one of these in, flip it, and grab me a boat. And I get a crappy dude. And you know what's bad? I have this partial artist over here. I've got to figure out, I've got to take that. Now, it could mean taking a guild from Green. Green eventually will have to give up one of their things, but they're probably not going to give up the artist. Anyway, I don't have the cash right now. This is all I got. Wonder where I am in victory points. 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And that's pretty much it. Okay, we'll spin around again, and we're basically doing 2 of these on a video. It's what fits. Keeps them kind of small. Everybody gets $1. You know, I remember in Vassal's review, he complained about the money. I'm finding it's kind of holding up. As long as he makes some change with the 5s, right? Alright. So blue, I have a gray ability that I can't sell. A gray eminence. I also have a desire to do something with this. Shipping's not a possibility. What is? That's a good question. Building these suckers is a worthwhile pastime. Possibly something else would be. Alright. But let's generate some cash first. Because that's what we're good at. I'll spend $3, turn this, grab a yellow. That was almost guaranteed. I should have probably done these suckers first. I don't know. $4. Grab one of these. I get 7. I almost wish you could keep track of it just on an abacus or a calculator. There's so much change making going on. Alright, this time it's $5 up here. And we get some more range there. Alright, so we spent all our real cash making stuff. But we got that gray up here. We might as well buy it while we have it. Could do something. Gelderland. Got another gray. Let's buy that too. I mean, might as well do the things we can do. I got 2 more victory points for nothing. The windmills or whatever. I'm probably pretty close. 8, 18, 19. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. I'm about 4 points short. If I could do a shipping, I could get 4 points quite easily, right? I don't have a shipping right now, though. But do I want to build towards one? Or is there something else that I can do to increment my point holdings? Well, I can spend 5 to grab this. Takes it from green. And now I spend 5 more. This isn't going to get me victory by any means. To drop another one of these in. And now we're 3 points away, right? Yeah, but I can get a 4-pointer here. That's easier than going the shipping route right now. Of course, the 4-pointer, doesn't really get me more points total. I mean, these are worth a point each. I don't know. I get an extra point off of doing that conversion, but it seems like it's worth it right now. And I think that's all I can do. I'm kind of low on cash. I did this. And now we go to red. And it is actually a close game. As we're seeing the points, we'll see everybody's kind of catching up on points here. 4, 3, 4. Utrecht and Brabant. Let's look for these. Brabant is one over here. Utrecht's one over here. And Utrecht and Brabant. It's going to be green and blue. Each get a pair. All right, red. Well, it's really time to start scoring things because it's getting there. At 4, 8, 12, 18, 19. I'm kind of far behind, actually. That's kind of painful. All right, well, got to do what you got to do, right? I still have lots of boats there. I'd like to do shipping. I have a boat here. I got my yellow I want to convert into money. That's a given. Boats, with the amount I have invested in them, I need them for the victory points if nothing else. I of course have to do my merchant, or my artist. So I put that there. He's just scored. He's 3 more victory points. That puts me up to 22. I'm low on cash, unfortunately. So the question is, what can I sell? I don't have enough cash to invest that, even if I wanted to. I can sell a boat. I don't think it's such a bad idea. All right, I'll put a boat up for auction. He would like it. Let's count his victory points and see if getting this boat would win him the game. 4, 8, 18, 19, 23. He could get himself to 30, 31, 32 if he gets it cheaply enough. But it's going to put him real close. So it's very interesting to him. What about to yellow? 4, 8. Probably not. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Maybe on my next turn. I'm not really close at all. Alright. So, not that this matters too much, but I want to see if there was a clear, hey, I can win as long as I spend this much or less, then that would be a good starting bid. I think that boat is worth something. I've got a token here that I can use. I'm not going to be getting any of these. That's the problem. Let's go with 3 as an opening. We'll open with 2. What about yellow? How does yellow feel about this? Yellow would like the boat, but he's having trouble grabbing boats. He has additional shipping here, though, so it shouldn't be too bad. So we were at... He'll go to 2.5. Red. Red doesn't get to play. Blue's not interested. Green goes to 3. Yellow to 3.5. Green's going to bail there, I think. Do they have a way to get boats? They do. So what was that? 3 for yellow? Or 3.5? No, it better be 3 because yellow doesn't have 3.5. All right. We get a boat card. I have to reshuffle. This is terrible. Oh boy. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm going to roll the dice for this. I'll reshuffle later when I have hands. It is the bottom card from this deck. So I got a cannon, which gets me partway there. Other people are going to use boats. All right, I'll pause. The problem is that Movie Maker screws up the videos and makes them kind of jerk together. It doesn't manage to do as well as it used to with them because of the high definition. Don't ask me why. All right, now I got tons of money with red, but is there something I want to do? I could buy shipping. Jeez, isn't that what I just solved? Yeah, that's not a deal, really. I've only got $5.50. I think I pass at this point. And that puts it over to green. Green gets 6. Utrecht and Vlaanderen. And I think we may be on a very short video next time if I cut this quickly. That's $2 for yellow for their governorships. Utrecht and Vlaanderen. Green and blue each get 2. Where's green? Can you win it? How does the game end? Do you give full plays? I think it just ends when somebody hits their points. Yeah. Alright. Let's recount these suckers. 4, 8, 9, 19. That doesn't sound like much. 23. Uh-oh. Yeah, I'm not that close. I needed the shipping to get me up to like 29 or something. I thought it got me to 30 something. I don't know. 4, 8, 18, 19, 23. Maybe I was counting this sucker in. He doesn't have that yet. All right, well, speaking of that, he probably wants to score that. So let me see where I was again. 4, 8, 9. This is the annoying part. It's fine if you're playing all by your just one player. 23. I can get him up to 28 because I have 2 of those. 33 would be a shipping. If I can get a shipping. Do I have a shipping available? Yes, I do. I have tons of money. I think I can do this. The question is, do I want to trigger some of this cheap money off? And the answer is yes. That stuff's too valuable. Because there's no guarantee on the shipping there that it'll work. I get 7 quick bucks for that. Yeah, I mean, I just get such a good return on these 2 and 3 buckers. And I could have gotten this 27, but I don't. All right. So right now I'm at 23 victory points, I believe. I have some additional here, 24, 25, but those are my money, so I don't want to really deal with them. So my next shot is $3 on a boatie. I get one. That should do it. I get to put one of these in. I'll put it in the big victory point space. I want to trigger that for 7. Yes, I know. I put it on the one that's, you know, that you don't want to trigger necessarily, but I want to trigger that because I get a guaranteed payoff from that. Unfortunately, it's only the 16 and not the 27. But that's better than the 7, right? Which is why it's guaranteed, because that's the other option. All right, so I was at 23. I've pushed 6 more. That puts me to 29. Now, I put a buck on here. I put another buck on him. These don't matter. Now I'm at 34, 35, 36, and that's a victory for green. Yay! Okay, too bad I had to reshuffle. I could have done the die roll again and wouldn't have to screw up the vid. Let's look at what other people are at point-wise. Make sure we understand, because some of these players look like they're behind, but maybe they're not as behind as they seem. So here we have 8 points, 9, 10, 11. Possible shipping. Not so much there. That does not look good to me. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, sorry. This, can I reach it this turn? I don't have an artist. I could get maybe one more buck on him. I've kind of fallen behind there. Why? Is it just because of my initial choices? That's one of my fears in this game. You need the money cranking choices. Now, you could say, well, this guy went all money cranking and he's not doing too well either. He got terrible luck. 4, 8, 12. 18. 19, 20, 21. And that's still pretty far behind. And blue here, 4, 8, 9, 10, 20, 22, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 29. He's really within range where you feel like he'd be able to win the next turn, but part of the problem is he didn't set himself up for that big shipping bonus that green had. Green had a big chunk of victory points just sitting there almost ready to be had. So he was actually well ahead of where blue is right now, I would say. Let me recount. What did I say the number was? 8, 9, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 29. Well, no, 29 is pretty good. 29 is pretty damn good. What do I need to do for victory points, though? Well, that's hard. I got a green. That gets me 30. 31 when I get control. A gray. 2 grays. That could have easily put me above. No question. Plus, there's cash production off some of these that would have come along. So, I would say 2 people were really in it. Which 2? Well, not the guy who took the really questionable strategy of these 2. What other option did he have? You know, there's 2 yellows and 2 blues, and those are the things that you want to go for, I think. I think any other option at the beginning of the game is cutting you off from the possibility of getting that sort of regular income. Grays suck for income. This green obviously isn't going to give you income. Artists aren't going to give you income. So really there's 4 spaces on the board that are possibly worth taking early on. And the question becomes, stable, steady yellow or risky blue? Now, shocking to me is the guy who got both a yellow and a blue and started out with the stable yellow and was able to grab a blue did not do terribly well at all. I would have thought that would be a runaway with the game position. So I'm not really sure what's going on there except for hideous luck on their part. All right. Well, that's about all I have to say. I'll send this.